Sup guys, your boy Dabuz is back with another video, and let's talk about King DDD in Brawl. One of the most atrociously designed characters in a Smash game period. Now there's a lot of them in Brawl, quite frankly, but King DDD probably is like a top tier in terms of that. He is also one of the ultimate Smash gatekeepers. Like when I think of Smash gatekeepers, I actually think of DDD right away. Basically, this character was the you either beat this character hard or you lose to him hard character for most of the cast. He was also one of the easiest characters in the game to play, and he was exceptionally, and I mean exceptionally strong when Brawl came out. First tier list, top 3. But he got worse as Brawl went on. Number 4, lower, 10, 11, and he kind of ended up being 12. This is the section of Brawl that's like not viable characters. You know, you can play if you want to have fun, but they are just not viable. And the thing about DDD is he was the second most relevant character in Brawl when it came to tier lists. The first being Meta Knight, of course, because Meta Knight's the best. But with DDD, let me showcase why this character is so goddamn relevant. If you lost this character, you were not a viable character for the most part. There was like a couple exceptions. Actually, that's the infinite DK. This is what I normally do the most characters. Until you trip. Do a couple pummels, and you're dead. Yeah. That was busted, the chain grab. And when I say busted, I mean busted. And if you can't, forward throw him for combo, down tilt for, extra damage, you could just, incept some ledge trapping, some edge guarding with him. The fact that if he won neutral with his grab, he did like 30-ish damage, potentially kills you, set up a ledge trap situation or an edge guard situation, was all pretty absurd, right? Like you just can't lose neutral to this grab. And when I say this grab, I mean this grab. Do you see that range? And it was frame 6. And in Brawl, there was no extra like startup on shield grabs that wasn't added to ultimate. So you just had a frame 6 shield grab with this much range that did that much potential damage. Like I said, this character basically shaped the meta in a way. Because if I look at the roster of characters, everyone that is not Zelda, Sheik, Falco, Olimar, Zero Suit Fox, Meta Knight, Pikachu, Kirby, Game Watch, Squirtle, Puff, got Chaingrab. I'd say about more than half the characters in this list were actually considered relevant, like viable, good characters. Of the remaining characters, Wolf actually is the best example of a character that was not viable because he got chain grabbed. Was actually a character that would easily have been like top 10, viable, all that stuff. He had good matchups versus the other top tiers. But you could pick up DDD, who learned how to grab, walk slightly forward, and grab again. And that was the matchup. Snake actually had a losing matchup towards DDD. It was doable because the grenades stopped the chain grabs. A lot of characters, almost entirely because of DDD, not viable. You can't really play around that grab. Yeah, look at that pivot grab range too. So like if you thought you were gonna like run at him, you could just run back and threaten this and like, oh, you don't want to deal with that, right? Also, it's worth mentioning, if your character did not get chain grabbed by DDD at all, you probably just won the matchup. Yeah, messed up by the characters he did not invalidate. Now you might be thinking, damn, Dabuz, you're only talking about the grab. Is that all he had? No. That is what invalidated a lot of characters, but he actually had other tools besides grab, which is crazy when you think about how strong and how over-centralizing that was. Actually, Gimmer has a really good video of this on YouTube if you're interested in it. I'll leave the link in the description. DDD's spot dodge was insane because even though it was invincible from frames 2 to 20, DDD would go into the Z Axis during a spot dodge. He's spot dodging, right? And even though he's technically vulnerable in the last like 8 frames of the move, he's still in the Z Axis. You needed to be able to hit his bottom right foot, or you just couldn't hit him out of it, or you needed like a move that lingered, I think, to hit the 1 frame of vulnerability before he could shield after spot dodge. And keep my spot dodge start was frame 2. Very fast. So you only had 1 frame to hit him before he could spot dodge. But a lot of characters just couldn't hit this move. Or the spacing was difficult because like what if you're hitting like his body and not his bottom right foot? What if he spot dodges with his back facing you? Suddenly you need a move that can hit all the way to the front of his body as well to hit the fact that he's using his back facing you. So a lot of characters also just didn't have an answer to that. Like a lot of characters saw him spot dodging and said, you know what? Either I'm gonna like grab it because, shield's only frame 1 option, which yeah, fine. Or they just have to respect it and not deal with it, which was honestly a very reasonable way to fight this character. He was also the 4th heaviest character in the game. And Brawl is a game where characters' kill moves stink and characters' damage output stinks as well. Like even DDD, who probably had above average like damage and kill power, didn't really have much. And there's no rage as well, so it doesn't mean him leveling didn't matter too much outside just literally not dying. He didn't get anything off of it otherwise. But it meant he'd be living at 200% consistently, and he probably killed people around like 120, 130, 140, like decently enough. Depends on the character, of course. And then he still had good buttons. All of his tilts were good. Forward tilt, alright, look at this. This actually was very long range for the Brawl. Lingers, just very safe poking move, as you can tell. Covers a lot of options. Yeah, down tilt, which kill move, decent damage, actually much bigger than you'd think. The foot gets really big in the first frame of it, and then it gets smaller. So much bigger than you think. Also, it can cause trips, which leads to grab. Great for ledge trapping, great as a punish move, great after down throw as a combo ender. Then you get up tilt, which was a phenomenal anti-air. Pretty fast, low end leg, nice hitbox, not amazing. And like it killed really well. Like this move is actually, especially for Brawl, a very good kill move. He had this back air, a ridiculous air to air. Similar to down tilt, his like foot gets very big for the first frame of the move and then gets smaller. It's basically aerial down tilt. It lingers, it can kill, it does good damage. It can hit standing characters if they're not really short. You do something like this. And then you fast fall, and it auto cancels off the fast fall. So basically no end lag. This move was just like degenerate, especially because he had multiple jumps and he was floaty. You could just like knock someone off stage with whatever and just start back airing them. When you have like the kill, you go for the forward air and kill them. Which is actually not even, you just do this. Because Brawl recoveries also were not that good. So it's so much easier to edge guard people and just force them in spots so they can't do anything. And then there's other key moves. Down smash, frame 14. Pretty fast. Once again, for a game where characters had a lot of trouble killing, just having access to even like a decent like kill move, like it was nice. I think up smash was probably a better kill move, but it was a lot slower. But it was an anti-air that covered his entire body, so it covered rolls, spot dodges, and generally just like if you got read by this, you died at like decent percents. His other key move I'd say was this move right here. Who gave the heavyweight grappler an RNG based projectile? Because he could throw Waddle Dees, Waddle Doos, or Gordos. Waddle Dees were the weakest. They just did like some damage, nothing crazy. He goes pretty far. Some lag, but not too much. Like it's hard to like punish this. Like you can say he's shooting at the end of the move. You only have 2 at a time. They could block projectiles, by the way, because they're like hurt boxes. There wasn't very much hit lag in Brawl, so like hitting them wouldn't do anything. Waddle do. Look at this. It would shoot lightning, does 30 damage, by the way. So if you got the Waddle Do RNG, he could have stage control with a big lingering hitbox, moving hurtbox puppet thing. And let's see if I can get the Gordo. Very good kill move, went very far. Had to respect the fact that he might just get like a Gordo and murder you. So he's throwing his projectiles and it's like, well, I don't want to approach this because really good character close, as you can tell. Just takes trades and scraps like a king, but has a zoning move with low end lag, lots of range, can kill RNG, sets up stage control. But you know what the crazy part is? He wasn't even top 10 in the Brawl's life, right? How insane is that? All these things, and he's not even a top 10 character. But in the Brawl, I would consider him a non-viable character. And why was that? Well, the biggest thing about him was he was slow. You could just tell. And Brawl is a slow game, but even for Brawl standards, slow. He was very easy to keep in disadvantage. If he's in the air, you can juggle by like a good character, like Meta Knight, Olimar, or Falco, whatever. He just can't land. Like he actually didn't have landing options. His Nair, kind of a bad move. Like, you know, it lingered, but really, it like didn't have a good hitbox on it, I'd say. Look at that, that's like not a good hitbox. Down air was atrocious. This down air, probably one of the worst down airs in the game. It was very easy to fall out of and SD out of. Didn't do much damage, not a great hitbox. Lots of lag. His recovery, atrocious. Even though he's heavyweight and the multiple jumps is nice, if he's forced up B, it's so bad. You can hit him out of it super easily. You can't snap when you're rising during up B, you have to cancel before you can snap. So you have to do like that, which is a huge window to hit him, right? Because if you do this, see, didn't make it. It looks like I should grab ledge there, but nope. You have to cancel and like start falling a bit before you can grab ledge out of canceling up B. You basically had to up B above the stage if you thought someone was gonna grab ledge. And at that point, it was super easy to frame trap, as long as you didn't get janked out by like him landing with the up B and getting like, you know, the splash hitbox. Which was a very good kill move if you actually hit someone with it somehow. Because as much as this and like this was broken for ledge trapping, he's at the ledge. What is he gonna do? Also, fun fact about Brawl, which I can't show here. If you do a ledge option past 100%, your ledge option's slower. Which stunk for him because, as I mentioned, heavyweight character, so he lived to like 200%. But when he hit over 100%, the fact that I think it was regular get up being that much slower, like it was significantly slower at 100+%, meant that you could just react to all of his ledge options and keep him there infinitely if you were good at it. Pretty insane, right? Also combo food, of course. Heavyweight character stuff. The other issues he had were he didn't have a great juggling tool. Like his up air, lingered, decent hitbox, but the problem with this up air, you get SD out of it very easily. It's multi-hit, and multi-hits in Brawl were like notably bad. It's not only was he too slow to like juggle properly, even if it hit you with the juggling aerial, good players SD out of this and then like hit him with like an aerial for doing that. His frontal facing forward air was super slow. It was an aerial smash attack, but didn't have much range. So like he kind of only had back air as a good aerial. Every other aerial was pretty subpar. And then his specials were all garbage. I just talked about up B is bad. Well, side B is good. Down B, you know, it's this. You can charge your move, take some damage. I think your armor are using this, but the problem is the range on this move's garbage. Along with the end lag and the charge time, and the fact that it brought a lot of good projectiles to just poke you while you're doing this. And of course, Inhale is the funny meme move. Now it's good in Ultimate, but in this game it was just bad. Alright, sure, like you're off stage, you hit someone with the Inhale, you got it. You can suicide them, but really, that was like the super noob check, hitting someone with the Inhale, I'd say. I will say it made ledge trapping a little bit tricky, where if you messed up and got hailed, it felt bad. Now, it came to notable D.D.D players in this game. You had Adamus, who's still active, Vex Kazarani, who I don't know what he does anymore, Co18, don't know what happened to him, and then Coney, Mr. Content Man himself, right?
You can't do that. Oh my goodness.
And for the most part, the character's results are Brawl were pretty okay. He got very much like roadblocked in bracket, where he runs like a good Meta Knight player, a good Ices player, a good Olimar player, and unless you had a secondary for those matchups, and I know Adamus in particular did have a secondary, you just lost. Brawl is a very honestly very deterministic game, I'd say, and D.D.D is a great example of that. Also, there's one really funny Brawl set. So fun fact, if there was a wall, those characters you could chain grab them against the wall and infinite them. So what would happen is, here's an infinite. Like, even though DK got infinite anyway, you know, any character that got chain grabbed got infinited here. When you had like walk-offs and like wall stages legal during Brawl days, like that helped DD a lot too. And that was kind of part of the reason he got worse as well, is when he made the stages smaller and have less of this janky stuff. A character like him who exploited the janky stuff got so much worse. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure this is infamous because Mike Haze lost this set. Mike Haze is also a... The explosion from the Blockland Greens killed them both, but killed Mike Haze before Ook. Anyway, that's my Dabuz talks about D.D.D. Oh, this is a funny one. If you want to pick a character I'll talk about next, let me know. I'll look at the comments and see which character is the most popular there.